was lounging against the worn oak bar, sipping a cold beer and joking with my friends, when it happened again. That same blinding flash of light engulfed me, and suddenly I was standing in the familiar glowing circle. There stood Allison, holding her book, wearing the same purple robe, an enigmatic figure with candles in hand. "Hey Allison," I greeted. "Hi Joseph," she replied as the circle faded. "Sorry to bother you, but we have a problem." "So, what's going on?" asked. "Her Highness wants to summon both of you. She thinks you might need help with this one." "Cool." The ceremony began again. It was always interesting to watch, though I had to stifle my laughter. The chanting and dancing were pretty ridiculous. Suddenly, a column of infernal red flames shot up, filling the glowing circle completely. When the fire vanished, a very wet Livia stood there, hastily wrapping a towel around herself. "God damn it! I was taking a shower, you guys," she yelled. Then she glanced at me. Hey, I said, pulling off my chamber shirt and handing it to her. "Thanks. Now all of you get out of here so I can change," she demanded. "All right, Allison, lead the way," I said, ready to move. I crawled out of the cave, coughing, as I emerged into the hellish, cartoonish light. "You guys, eyes on the entrance," I commented, squinting and adjusting to the brightness. Once my eyes adjusted, there she was, the Queen, as stunning as ever. "Greetings, Sir Joseph," she said, bowing slightly. "Hi, Your Highness," I replied with a bow. "Please dispense with such formalities," she said. "We have selfishly torn you from your life once again." H wasn't really doing anything. "Same can't be said for her," I said, gesturing toward Livia, who was muttering a trail of profanities as she crawled out of the tunnel. "I am most sorry for the imposition, Lady Livia," I added. "Well, at least I'm not naked." "Thanks, Joss," she said, wringing out my shirt. "No worries," I replied, turning back to the Queen. "So, what's the issue?" The Queen lowered her head solemnly. "An alien dragon, a dragon most fearsome, has descended upon my lands and roams unchecked through my realm. It's stealing from my people, taking their livestock, and now it threatens to kill unless I give it the royal treasury." "Sounds like a most disagreeable fellow," I said. "How big is it?" "It's roughly your size, maybe a bit larger, and it breathes fire. Terrifying to behold." "Sounds like it. I guess we need to take a look." "Hey Olia," Livia said. "Can you send me back for a bit? I need to change. I'll only need an hour or so." "Allison," the Queen said, gesturing toward Livia. Allison nodded and recited an incantation. "I'll only be an hour," Livia called as she vanished. "Okay, let's go," I said to the Queen. "Should we wait for Lady Livia?" "Well, Livia is not as fearsome a demon as you might think. It may be best to proceed without her." "Well, if you're certain, Sir Joseph." After a short hike, we arrived at a hole crudely dug into the side of a large hill. "He's in there, Sir Joseph," the Queen said, pointing to the tunnel. "Hey, alien dragon," he yelled. "Yeah, you in the hole. I want to talk to you." No response. "Hey, I know you're in there. I want to talk about what you're doing here." Still nothing. I waited a while, then threw a stone into the tunnel. "You scared or something?" shouted. This time, a gout of flame roared out of the hole. "Yep, he's home." "All right, that fire's going to be a problem," I said, gesturing to my shirtless body. The Queen turned to Allison. "Anything in that magic book to deal with fire?" asked. "Oh yes, Sir Joseph. I can shield you from the dragon's flames," she replied. "Cool. Hook me up." "What are you planning to do, Sir Joseph?" the Queen asked cautiously. "I'm going in there to knock some sense into its scaly back." "Are you certain? Even shielded, it's still a fearsome beast." Yeah. I'm here in the land of ponies and cuddles. How bad can it be?" "I'll be fine, Your Highness. Don't worry. Your bravery will be recorded in song and verse for all time," she said, blushing slightly. "Okay, be back in a minute." I stooped and stepped inside. My eyes quickly adjusted to the darkness as I moved downward. The tunnel opened into a chamber large enough to stand upright. In the middle, a big lizard with enormous claws and teeth glared at me, surrounded by green, glowing rocks. "Well, that's a little fearsome," I muttered. It opened one eye and hissed, letting out smoke. "Who dares disturb the slumber of the great Draker?" the alien dragon asked. "It would be me, pal," I replied. The creature arched its back like a cat, definitely bigger than I expected. The pitiful beast summoned a demon, a weak one at that, speaking disdainfully. I began to understand the fight ahead. It stood, even bigger now, claws and teeth gleaming. "I might be in trouble here," I murmured. "Perhaps I feel inclined," the alien dragon snarled. "Okay, pal, I'm trying to be nice here," I said, using my best authoritative voice. "We don't want trouble. Leave, and it doesn't have to get ugly." "Oh, but I like ugly. I like it very much. After I kill you, I'll show these pathetic creatures what ugly is." We started circling each other. "You going to be a coward and breathe fire? Breaking the spell on you would be tiresome. I prefer tearing my prey apart." "Well, at least we have something in common." Charged. I'd like to say I dodged or blocked, but it hit me like a freight train. I was thrown around the chamber like a rag doll as it battered me gleefully. Not sure what fighting a woodchipper feels like, but I now know what fighting an alien dragon feels like. And it stinks. Oh, don't get me wrong, I got a few hits in, but eventually I was on my back, grappling with its two front claws. It laughed at me. "Yes, try to fight. Amuses me. I could just kill you now. One bite and it would be over." "But I think I'll just use these two," I said. "Claws don't do me any favors, buddy," I added, spitting out blood from my split lip. With that, I kicked free and got my hands around its neck. It returned the favor. Those lizard claws were like iron. I wasn't going to win this strangling match. It could have snapped my neck right then. But somehow it seemed to enjoy playing with me, squeezing slowly. "Yes," it hissed as it rolled back on top of me. "Feel your life slowly." "Hey, big guy," Livia yelled as she entered the chamber. "Run." I managed to gurgle. "Who dares disturb me?" the dragon screamed. I was completely confused, until a familiar pain struck. Bear mace. Definitely bear mace. No mistaking it. The alien dragon screamed, flames blasting in all directions. "Do you have any idea what this clean air does to a demon's lungs?" There was a lot of cursing after that. When my vision cleared, I saw a fully armored figure wielding a can of bear mace in one hand and a long wooden stick with a basket hilt in the other, beating the daylights out of what now looked like a giant green beanbag huddled in the corner. "Please. I'm sorry. Please," the dragon cried. "Do you think I care?" "Well, but I'm feeling nice." "I'll give you a choice," Livia snarled. "Do you want more of this?" She raised the bear mace. "Or more of this?" She raised the stick. The alien dragon cringed. "Can't make up your mind?" Livia asked in a sinister voice. "I guess that means you get both." "Please stop. I'll leave. I swear I'll leave and never come back," the dragon cried. "Not sure I believe you," Livia said, the beating and spraying continuing. Finally, the seemingly endless can of mace sputtered out. The alien dragon looked up hopefully. "Ha! I thought that might happen, that's why I brought more," Livia said, pulling another can from her bag. The dragon actually burst into tears. "Okay, now I believe you. Get out of here." I will. Just let me." "Why are you looking at my gold like that?" Livia snapped. "I got student loans to pay," the dragon mumbled. "Want to complain about it?" she asked, raising the mace and stick again. "No. Well, I'm going. Please let me go." "Okay, go. And while you're curled up around your big pile of gold, think about what you did. Oh, and if you ever show your scaly face around here again, I'm going to use this." She drew a real sword and flashed it in his face. "Got it. Yes, yes, mistress. Less talking, more running," Livia shouted. The dragon bolted so fast it kicked up dirt all the way out of the lair. Livia then turned to me, raising the bear mace. "You ditching me?" "Please, mistress," cried. We both broke down laughing. "Thank God you showed up. I was about to be a dragon's snack," I said as she helped me up. "By the way, what's with the outfit?" I asked, gesturing at her armor. "Oh, I joined the GCA," she said matter-of-factly, removing her full-face helmet. "Figured this might happen again." "So, you joined a bunch of people who run around hitting each other with sticks? Saved your butt, didn't it?" "We're not weirdos," she replied. "We just appreciate medieval stuff. You should come check it out. Lord knows you need it." "Yeah, I guess I do, don't I?" I said with a cough. "Nice armor, by the way," I added. "Thanks. You know how many feet of fabric it took?" "Just kidding, it was extra work," she said with a grin. I staggered out into the hellish light. The queen rushed over, clearly unaccustomed to seeing someone so thoroughly beaten, plus covered in bare mace. "Sir Joseph, yep, fearsome beast," she said. "You did not lie," Allison added, exhausted. "Think I'm going to lie down over here for a bit," I said, collapsing on a soft hillside. I awoke a little later, fully healed. The queen looked relieved. Allison completely drained. "Hey," I said groggily. "Allison, you didn't have to do that." "Not the first beating I've taken, I would have been fine," she said. "Her Majesty insisted," Allison added with a weary smile. "We started the feast without you," Livia said. "I was really hungry." "Yeah, probably best to feed her," the queen said, laughing. After an amazing feast, which I regretted later, Livia returned all the loot stolen from the kingdom. A huge pile still remained. "Looks like I'm getting that custom full-plate suit I've been lusting after," she said, grinning, handing me a double handful of gold. "Thanks, Solia," I exclaimed in shock. "So, what exactly is the GCA anyway?" I asked. She took a deep breath, eyes sparkling. "Well, the GCA, Group for Creative Anachronism, is a community dedicated to researching and recreating the arts and skills of pre-17th century Europe. We participate in tournaments, royal courts, feasts, dancing, workshops, and more." "Sounds intense," I said. "It can be, but it's fun. You get to dress in period costumes, learn history, meet interesting people, and blow off steam," she explained. "We have kingdoms all over the world, each with its own events. Sometimes everyone gathers for big festivals. You should come," Livia suggested. "Maybe I will," I said. "After seeing you in action, I might need armor myself." "Definitely. I'll help you get started. We can even give you a cool title," she said with a wink. Eventually it was time to return home. Allison performed the incantation, and Livia and I found ourselves back at the bar, exactly where we'd been before the summoning. "Well, that was an adventure," Livia said, looking around to make sure no one noticed our absence. "Yeah, it was," I agreed. "Next time I'll be better prepared." "Good, because I have a feeling there will be a next time," Livia said with a grin. As we settled back into our bar stools, I couldn't help but feel a thrill. Life was never dull with a best friend like Livia, and a whole other world waiting just beyond a summoning circle.